Live for us in KwaZulu-Natal with the president of the Inkatha Freedom Party, Velenkosini Hlabisa. Ayanda?
All right, thanks very much, Blaine. We do apologize there to our viewers. We had a slight technical challenges earlier on. So we've moved now from the voting station where we were to a second voting station, but still in the area of Lindelani, where the IFP president leading his delegation, of course, have been visiting the voting stations and also interacting with the community members to ensure that they come out today, to ensure that they are on the voters roll, they are registered to vote, and that they are ready come November 1. So without wasting much time, let me now speak to the IFP President, Velenkosini Hlabisa. Mr. Hlabisa, thank you so much, sir, for your time. We do apologize for the technical challenges earlier on. But we're speaking to you about the progression of the party. 2011, we said that the party didn't do well. You came back in 2016, reclaimed 13 municipalities, which you now control. You were saying to me earlier on that what you did after the setback that you suffered in 2011 was that you had a complete look at the party, the challenges that you'd had, an analysis of the areas in which you wanted to focus on. Speak to us now, this election, what has the party done and which areas are going to be focused on? How do you think the party is going to fare this election?
Once again, Ayanda, let me greet you as well as the viewers of SABC. As I indicated before the interruption, the IFP is confident that we are going to do very well during the local government elections on 1 November. I indicated to you, Ayanda, that this is not a coincidence, but it is a result of a strategic planning that we underwent as a party in 2012. We went to the drawing board and identified the challenges we experienced in 2011. And our strategic plan have yielded good results. In 2016, it was not a surprise to the IFP that we came back with 13 municipalities out of 2 municipalities we had won in 2011. It was a confirmation that our targets, our planning was on point. And even from after 2016 local government elections, the IFP was doing very well. During the by-elections, we were winning wards from the ANC, and even ANC was surprised of what is happening. Even when we went to the elections in 2019, we knew we will do very well. Nationally, we increased our seats in Cape Town. In KwaZulu-Natal, we increased our seats, and we also removed the Democratic Alliance as an official opposition, and now the IFP is the second largest political party in KwaZulu-Natal. It was following our strategy, and we are building upon that strategy even now. Even if there was a pandemic lockdown, but in the first by-election in November in 2020, the IFP did excellently well. We even took a ward from the ANC at Inkatha. And again in the by-elections that were held in April this year and May this year, it is only the IFP that was on an upward trajectory, to an extent that even at Opongolo, we took the ward from the ANC. If the ANC is not running away from causing the council to sit, the majority party at Opongolo, as we speak right now, is the IFP. We are clear. We have identified the municipalities, the wards that will be taking over on the 1st of November. The reason for this is because the IFP, when it says to the voters, trust us, we keep the promise we make to people. People know when we have made a promise and we experience a challenge of delivering to our promise, we are not afraid to go back and give an accountability that we experienced a problem on this one. please wait us. We are working on it. That is why the IFP-led municipalities are not experiencing protest by communities, because every money that comes to our hand, we ensure that we meet basic delivery services to our people. I want to call upon the people of our country to go to their voting stations, check their names. Those who have relocated, they must re-register so that they are part of being the voice of trusting the IFP. I have been very much encouraged in the voting station where we are now. The majority of the people who have come to check their name, who have come to register, are young people. This indicates that our youth have accorded the clarion call that they must be part of the November 1 by-election. They must voice their wish by removing corrupt government and put the party they can trust, which is the IFP. They must remove lazy councillors who look after themselves and put in the IFP councillors who will be their servants. We commit the IFP that we will hold our municipalities, we will hold our councillors accountable. Any councillor who will not be living to that standard, we are not afraid to recall a councillor or to remove that particular councillor.
Just speaking on that point that you're raising, the Baklavis, recalling councillors, and going back to the other point that you made about protests and issues that having no protests and issues raised in the municipalities in which you govern. But we've seen, for example, in the Zululand district, there have been protests linked to electricity issues. Water remains a challenge in that area. I cross now to the Midlands, to the area of Ngutu, where you have had challenges with the leaders that you have, or your office bearers in that municipality. So what are you offering your supporters this time in terms of how are you going to deal with the challenges, both that have been internal within the party, those people that you have deployed to these municipalities, but there has been some service delivery issues in some areas?
Ayanda, it is true, every political party has internal issues. We are dealing with internal issues. We have a dedicated body known as the Political Oversight Committee that deals with issues of poor performance and also come with suggestions. Let me come to the issue of protest marches. If you talk about Zululand, Ayanda, electricity is not the competence of the Zululand district. Sometimes people, they misplace their protest. But I am glad that in the municipalities that we control, that is Ulundi and Abaqulusi under the Zululand municipality, as well as Nongoma, we are doing very well in terms of putting infrastructure, in terms of electricity. Yes, it is true. We have not reached the universal access, but we are working towards that. We cannot deny there are households not yet connected to electricity. But come to water. Ayanda, if we talk about the issue of water, Zululand compared to King Cetshwayo have been experiencing roadblocks. You go to Uku, similar. Ulundi, Zululand municipality has done very well. They have a plan now as to the rotation of the water tankers, because there are areas where we are not having running water and people are aware that our turn, if it is not Monday, it will be on Thursday, it will be on Sunday. We are hoping as we move forward with more financial support from the national government, we will be able to provide more water to our people.
All right, Hlabisa, we have to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for your time, the President of the IFP, Velenkosini Hlabisa. Plain.
All right, Ayanda, thank you very much indeed. We'll no doubt touch base with you a little later on. As you can see, we have a number of feeds coming in.